Sincerely, Eric says, hello, Ben and the computer-loving squadron. Hello. My question to all of you this week, what is the oddest game for a particular studio to have come out with? As in, if I said, what studio do you think made blank? And then I told you it was blank, you would say, no way, let me look that up. For example, do you know who made Mario Hoops on the 3DS? Does anyone remember this weird one?
Square Enix?
No.
Yeah, Suriel Vasquez, Square Enix.
Yeah, because it had like the white mage, or it had like, I think it was either the white mage or the red mage in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think it had like, who was it? The Tonberry? I think the Tonberry was involved.
Oh my God. That sounds perfect and lethal.
A lot of weird, Square Enix crossovers.
I love this question from Sincerely Eric on Patreon. Does anybody have any games that immediately jump to mind for just oddballs and coming from a famous studio?
I think the weirdest example. Oh, go ahead.
There was Table Tennis by Rockstar.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, there was that time that BioWare made a Sonic the Hedgehog RPG.
Oh, that's right.
That's a good one, yeah. I think of this as maybe a weird one, but Fifth Cell, who did all the Scribblenauts games.
Yeah.
And they did Drawn to Life, which are very like cartoony platformers. And then in 2012, I looked it up to make sure, they released a like strategy cover shooter that was like very gritty and science fiction.
And you couldn't
hybrid.
You couldn't aim in that game. There's something funky about.
No, it was you couldn't move like outside of moving from cover to cover. So it's like you could move within the cover or whatever, but you couldn't like be out in the open. You had to jump from piece of cover to cover, and it was like this weird like 3D space thing where you could hop onto the top of the room or go down below. I remember playing a little bit
from the makers of Scribblenauts. Like, yeah, of course.
That's so weird. Somebody wrote in before to the MinnMax show, but I didn't read it, and I'm sorry. Somebody wrote in just about how insane it is that EA Tiburon, the Madden studio, that they were the developers of Henry Hatsworth and the Puzzling Adventure.
Right. Yeah. That was a very weird game.
Did they do Superman Returns?
Yes. I believe so.
Weird one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sports studios, when they eventually shake out. Like, this game didn't go anywhere, but on PS3, or was it PS4? But Sony San Diego developed a game called Kill Strain, which I think was another free-to-play Sony game. I think it was released. I didn't hear a word about it after that. This is my favorite topic. I have a bunch of random ones. Do you guys know who developed Bubsy 3D? Sony Bend. The developers of Days Gone and Siphon Filter. Back before it was called Sony Bend, it was that studio. Because I remember like the creative director for Days Gone defending Bubsy 3D when we were there. He was like, that game was doing cool stuff. Don't bash it. This is a light one, but I'm always fascinated that Myst 4 was developed by Ubisoft Montreal. Like,
oh, I didn't know that.
The studio that brought you Assassin's Creed, of course.
Did you guys know that the same people that did Jak and Daxter did The Last of Us?
No, Kyle. Come on. This is a serious question from Sincerely Eric. Don't mess with us. There's the classics of like Adventures of Cookie and Cream on PS2 is a From Software game. Do you know who developed, Kyle, Dragon Ball Z Sagas? That crappy Dragon Ball game?
Avalanche from Salt Lake City, right?
Yeah, the Disney Infinity team, and now they're working on that Harry Potter RPG. There's also weird stuff like Warner Brothers Montreal, Arkham Origins studio. They developed Lego Legends of Chima Online, like this Lego MMO that nobody has ever talked about, and I don't even know if it's online still. Arc System Works, Suriel, our dear friends from Dragon Ball Fighters, they developed Moonwalker on Genesis.
Huh.
Really?
I know
Yeah.
that.
I didn't know that.
Do you guys know who developed The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge?
Oh,
on PS2?
I can see that cover in my head because you had like a whip attack, right?
Yep. The action's very good.
Is it like Activision or something?
No, it's Capcom. And the fun thing is that there was a Resetera thread that broke it down. It's a lot of the DMC development team. They went right from Devil May Cry over to Nightmare Before Christmas, and the action in it genuinely looks awesome. It's a weird one. Let's see. There's stuff like Monolith, like the Shadows of War people, the Middle Earth people. They developed like No One Lives Forever and Fear and Blood, all that stuff. Do you guys know who ported Samba de Amigo from the Dreamcast to the Wii?
Was it Ready at Dawn?
Close. Gearbox.
Oh,
I was gonna randomly guess Gearbox. Damn.
Kyle, do you know who ported Okami to the Wii?
Nope, no idea. I have no clue.
The IGN guys, right?
It was
Yeah,
the IGN team. Yeah, that was ready at dawn then. But thank you sincerely, Eric. I love
That's a good
dumb
question.
developer trivia. If you enjoyed this clip from the MinnMax Show podcast, we think you'll like the full show too. You can find it by subscribing to MinnMax's YouTube channel or on your favorite podcast app. Any help spreading the word to keep our whole indie operation here running is appreciated. We're here for and because of the wonderful MinnMax community, so you're welcome to join.